Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for your daily dose of Minecraft entertainment. Now, last episode I kind of made a point of the fact that we were going to use the terraformer. Well, I did a little research and it turns out that we're going to need a lot of energy for the terraformer. So that's very unfortunate. Or is it? Well, in order for the actual terraformer, we're going to need something like, I don't know, a nuclear power plant. So yeah, you kind of get the idea of what I've got up my sleeve right here. We're going to go ahead and do a nuclear power plant. Now wait a minute, before I even get started, I was under the assumption that you no longer have to mix powders, but we can mix bars. That's right, bars. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll do 2 stacks of tin. I'm going to smelt these 2 stacks of tin into bars. And we'll see if the actual rumor is true about it being possible to actually go ahead and mix bars to make bronze. Okay, so while the rest is still over there smelting, we've gotten our 3 stacks of copper and 1 stack of tin. So let's give this recipe a try and see if we can bypass the whole powder stage. Well, unless I'm doing this recipe wrong, it appears that what I was told was just simply that, a rumor. So, while that is most unfortunate, it just simply appears that we can't pass up the actual stage. Does not appear to be so. Okay, well, I guess that was so much for that. I'm pretty sure I was doing what I was supposed to be doing it right, but it doesn't look like it was meant to be. Actually, I was kind of being really hopeful I didn't have to do all that. Alright, so with a little help from Equivalent Exchange, we went ahead and duplicated some powder, and we made 2 full stacks of bronze. So anyway, we can go ahead and put at least 1 stack away. We're not going to need 1 full one. Heck, we won't even need most of this stack. But we will need a couple of these bars. So let's see, I believe it was some tin and iron. Which reminds me, I have 6 iron that have to be smelted again. So we'll go ahead and get that taken care of, because we're going to make a machine block. Get in there. Okay, so anyway, we're going to need a pretty good amount of alloy. So let's see. Let's just start with 16 apiece. And hopefully I can actually do this correctly. Well, I don't think that was called correctly. There we go. Don't even ask what happened there. That just got, like, so totally lopsided. Okay, I did the recipe wrong. Okay, so I finally got the actual recipe right. Sorry about that. I've done it before. I just had a brain fart. It's been a long night. What can I say? But anyway, refined iron is what you had to do for the mixed ingot. So as you can see, I got 16 a piece in a row of 3. Yeah, we're going to have like 32 mixed metal ingots. I don't think we're going to need that many. But you know what? Even if we just use half of these, that's all that matters. And we're going to compress these down. I might just do it that way. 8, you know what? I'm just going to throw the other one in there. It'll give me 16 mixed metal ingots. Now, of course, moving on to the next part. I've already have the advanced circuit. I have 2 of them. That's because I need to make 2 reactor cores. And I have 1 machine block. Maybe I should have made another machine block, but, you know. We'll get to that bridge once we have to actually cross it. So, we're getting the components ready for the nuclear reactor. And as if you already didn't hear, it takes a lot of freaking parts. Luckily, with Equivalent Exchange, it makes the job a little bit more easier. So yeah, and trust me, it will be required if you're going to go ahead and try to go forward with a nuclear reactor, and you don't have the resources at this current time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next step required. So we're going to need at least 2 copper bars. Or in this case, probably 4 copper bars, since I'm trying to do 2 of them at the same time. Let's see, after the 2 copper... Wow, we're just going to need a whole frickin' stack, so let me just do this. We're just going to swap this out. And then we're going to need, wow, we're going to need some cells. We're going to need some cooling cells. To make some cells, we're going to have to get the tin out. I believe with tin it took, was it made 16? Well, I'll just make it 4 all around. Be simple enough. 64 cells, right? Next up, we're going to have to get some bucket of water. Maybe I'll just do it this way to make it a little bit easier. We'll swap you out. We've already gotten 1 bucket, so cannonball off of here. There we go. Why is there a snake floating in the water? I don't even know if I want to know. What is this? Oh, it's just a wolf. I don't know why he's attacking me in broad daylight, but whatever. Maybe it's me, or it just seems like it's changing a little bit. Well, it might help the fact that the sun's going down, so anyway. That might be why it's getting a little bit darker out. Alright, let's get back up here. We're going to have to make some coolant cells. Unfortunately, yeah, compressor's a little bit busy at this time. So, there's not much we can do, but wait. Alright, so first, let's see. Since we can't really do this too much, we'll have to go ahead and do this one at a time. So let's make some water cells. Individually. Oh, well, wait a minute, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's actually set in any kind of formation. So that's pretty cool. So there's the other bucket. We'll just need to put 1 more cell in there. Here's the 4 we're going to need. So we'll just put that in the extractor. Oh, what do you know? We already have something in there. Well, guess what? That's coming out. Okay, 4 water cells in the extractor. That's going to make coolant cells, which is what we're going to need to go forward. Now, integrated plating. I believe it will need 2 of integrated reactor plating. So there's our 2 advanced alloy. And we'll surround it by 2 each of, well, it's 4 total copper. 4 surrounding. We're doing 2 each on each stack, so it's 8. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much on that one. So there's our 2 we'll need. Okay, they don't stack. So that's a little depressing, but, you know, we'll get by it. So anyway, we have our coolant things. We're doing them now. Are they done? Our cells? Oh, I guess they don't stack either. Well, that's most disappointing. Well, this means we're going to have to put some stuff in a chest. Okay, get out of here because we don't have much room. And since that's already cooking, we might as well go back and melt down some of these buckets into some EMC. No point letting these things just sit here and go to waste. Then we can come back, we can do a little bit more work. Inch ever so closely to our final goal. There we go. So our Klein star is slowly growing. At some point, we're going to actually have to duplicate that again. And we'll make a stronger Klein star at some point. But today is all about industrial craft. Whoa, crap. Okay, I thought I was taking a long way down. Okay, so there's another water cell. This is being done the awfully pain in the rear end way. Most disappointing, but it is what it is. Okay, so we've gotten enough now for one integrated heat disperser. Okay, give me this. We're going to try to make 2 and get them done at one swing. That reminds me, while that's building, we need to cook some more of this to make another machine block. There we go. So that's done. Our last cell is here. So let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, totally botched that because the bronze I put back, I need again. Go figure. Okay, so 2 apiece here. 2 apiece there. There we go. And unfortunately we can't stack those, so we'll have to put them back in there. So here is our integrated heat disperser. Very nice. Now, one more time. And once again, integrated heat disperser. So they don't really stack. That's most disappointing. But anyway... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And now I've got to make 2 more of these interactive... Okay, integrated reactor plating. So, we're going to need 3 more. Okay, get out of here. We have to go here. Let's slam down 3 apiece. There we go. And these, once again, don't stack. But, hey, whatever. Okay, so we have those created. Let's see. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Because we are not ready yet. At least we can get this set up to be proper. Okay, so I know this may be a little bit confusing because I'm trying to do 2 parts at once. So please bear with me because this is confusing for me as well. Trust me. Alright, so we have our machine block here. Since we can't stack our integrated heat disperser, we have to put 1 up there. We need 4 alloy around the corners. Then we need 3. Looks like I'll have to create more of those as well. There is our reactor chamber. Okay, so that's 1. That's good. That's 1 we need. Okay, so... we need 3 more. What am I doing? Yeah, see, that's that long night at work you have. Be glad you may or may not work the 3rd shift. If you work the 3rd shift, trust me, I sympathize with you. Okay, so there we go. Try this recipe one more time. We have a disperser up there. We have our machine block. We have just enough advanced alloy to do that. Plus R3. So there we have it. 2 reactor chambers. This is what I consider the crucial part of actually getting the actual nuclear reactor. So nice to be able to have a step up in the world, you know? Okay, so let's make sure all the machines are clear. Okay, you're all good there. Nothing there. Just to make sure, put the rubber in there. Okay, so we have that set up. Let's take a quick peek at to where to go next. Okay, so we're going to need to make 4 more advanced alloy and 2 more advanced circuits. Oh, the joy. So that's going to require me having to go back and do some resource mining maybe. Okay, well, you know what, first and foremost, we need 4. You know, I'm just throwing all the mixed metal ingots in there. You know, no point in just cutting the corners or whatnot. It's all got to go. As for sticky resin, that's got to go too. And our MFE is like barely used any energy. Look at that. Wow, so like 8 actual solar panels has kept that thing totally running. Ain't that awesome? But anyway, I digress. We've got that rolling. How are we doing on rubber? Wire, I should be saying. Okay, we're going to need tons and tons and tons of this stuff. Okay, maybe that's not tons and tons and tons, but it is what it is. Do I have any more rubber in the back? I should. Yes, I do. Break this down one more time. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get everything smoothed out here. Alright, let's try this one more time. I'm trying to create a ton of copper wire so that way we'll be well prepared. There we go. So now we'll just break this down once again. Now we've got a ton of... Alright, get in there. I don't know why I made uninsulated copper wire, but you know what? We'll change that. Just a quick fix. Alright, so it's still uninsulated, but whatever. Okay, so we have that set up. Now we're going to need redstone. And... crap, we're going to need some actual... Get out of here. 2 more of those. We'll go ahead and throw these in here. Getting the advanced won't be that bad. So I'm probably going to need 4. Well, there. We'll need 4 of that. 4 lapis lazuli. Don't mind me. Okay, so there we go. Hold on to the redstone. Okay, the redstone's in there. Now we'll double this up. Hopefully this should be the last time we would have to do it for the recipe. We do it for the recipe. Okay, there's our 2. Now that we have that. Okay, 2, 2, 2, and 2. There we go. Alright, so we nailed that advanced circuit recipe down with authority. Not that I have much space up here to put stuff in. Okay, so we got that, and we'll need 4 simple panels. Okay, so I believe I had something in here. Yes, there was already 2 in there, so now we have 9 advanced alloy. Alright, this is the moment probably a lot of people have been waiting for. Nuclear reactor. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to make the generator. Who forgets to make the generator? This is one of those moments where if you could, you'd... At least I would bend over and kick myself. Okay, fast forward this. So here we go, wrapping it up. There it is. There's our nuclear reactor. Well, I didn't get an achievement for it. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, because, I mean, really, I was waiting for an achievement. I mean, come on, they couldn't have given me something like, you know, nuclear age or something. Well, I was really let down, but anyway, we have a nuclear reactor. Isn't that exciting? By the way, how's that doing? It's like completely charged. Wow, and that is like refull again. That is crazy. Okay, that is done. I don't know, the way that's kind of working, I may not even need a nuclear reactor. About 8 solar panels seem to be doing the trick. But let's face it, nuclear reactors are so much more efficient. So why wouldn't you? Okay, so we have that one done. And I'm trying to figure out about my inventory here because I have so much stuff. I'm going to have to move this over. I've got these snake eggs, which I have no idea what I'm saving them for. But I guess one day I'll have a random idea which I'll wind up finding a use for them. Alright, so let's put some of this stuff away. Now, using a nuclear reactor may not be as easy as it sounds. There's a certain pattern to this, and, well, let's just say if you don't do it right, you could be on the receiving end of something very, very, very horrible. So what I want to do is I first want to build a structure, a nice safe structure so that we don't have any oopsies. Because an oopsie doodle, like I said, yeah, very bad. Think of extremely large, huge crater that is very, very ugly looking. It's an eyesore. Think of a few episodes back, that combustion engine explosion. Yeah, think of that times 10 maybe, 20, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's not very pleasant. So anyway, since marble is probably one of the most explosive resistant items, at least early on, besides maybe CF, that's maybe one of the things I'm thinking about going with right now. Which I'll have to build one of those soon enough, by the way. So anyway, let me just go ahead and make a ton of this marble. Did that just learn the marble brick? Well, I'll be. Okay, well that'll make things easier down the road. Anyway, we're going to need a good amount of it. And by a good amount, I mean a really good amount. Because I'm thinking about going triple layer insulation. Yeah, that's how good of an amount I'm thinking of. Okay, so that didn't really take too much out of the Klein star, which is good. Klein star has a pretty good amount still left in. Alright, we'll put you back over there. Yep, put that back. Get on the wall. Okay, there we go. What I'm thinking is this is going to have to go across shore. Right now in the desert, it's not really happening over there. It seems pretty taint-free, and while this is a nice place, yeah, I think I'm going to build this on the other side of the shore. So, before I get started with all that, I'm going to get a rest, and then pick up once the sun comes back out in the morning again. Okay, as you can see, the sun's coming up, and having used the actual Philosopher's Stone, we've turned water into ice. Now, reusing it again on the ice doesn't turn it back to water, so yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, I've got this nice little ice bridge I've created. Hasn't melted, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it to cross over to the desert. Once we get there, we're going to try to build a nice, decent structure. It's probably going to have to be big all the way around because, like I said, I want this building triple insulated. I don't know how well marble will hold up against a nuclear explosion should such an unfortunate accident occur, but you can't be too safe, you know. So I don't want to have a big explosion happen. I don't need half the land being taken out. By the way, I've used the Philosopher's Stone over here as well. You can see the results as it turned part of the desert into like a grassland. Maybe not a very beautiful grassland, but it put grass over here to say the least. So how I'm going to do this, I don't know. I do not know how deep this goes in. Maybe this will be the actual place we'll put it. Why not? What's the lose? So luckily with our recreated shovel, as you can see, very nice indeed. Now how big can we build said chamber? Okay, so I'm thinking maybe about this big. Kind of saves on clicks, which is nice. I like having that flexibility. Okay, maybe just a little bit bigger. There we go. I don't want to go too crazy because if I hold the click button down, I'm going to wind up creating a large crater. Okay, so what are we looking at right here? Okay, this looks reasonable. So that's roughly 3 deep. And that's about what I need. I don't know why that sticks around like that. Maybe I'm not getting too close to it. Oh, there's some iron down there. Oh well, it'll have to be left. More important things are needed. Okay. Now I'm going to have to shift click these. Luckily I can remember to hold shift when I click. I do not need to make another large disaster. Oh, come on. Okay, maybe I should have fast forwarded this to make it a little bit easier for y'all. Alright, so we're going to begin making this 3 deep. What can I say? You can't be too careful. I don't want no holes being blown out on the bottom. And at some point, I'm going to have to find a way to fill the room with water. Because keeping the reactor cool with water inside isn't just one thing. You want to keep it submerged in a building to keep the outside cool as well. So we're going to be getting very creative. This is going to be a 2-part series in itself. So we're going to be hitting some pretty strong stuff here with industrial craft. Then at some point we'll go back to build craft as well. But yeah, that's how she's going to be rolling here for a little bit. Okay, so the foundation has been laid. What I'm going to do next, I'll lay 1 layer on the outside and then we'll have 2 on the inside. This may not leave much room for the actual building itself. So let's see how this will go. Let me just work with the corners real quick. I said, let me work with the corners real quick. Thank you. So we'll lay this out in a blueprint type fashion. Okay, so there's our 3 layers. Let me just deal with this inner layer first. Trying to get a sense of how big this will actually be by the time I get done doing it. Let's see, over here. Looks like I made just enough actual marble for all this because elsewise I would have ran out a long time ago. Okay, so... well, it's not exactly small, but it's not the biggest either. I don't think that would be too bad. Let me see how many... so it's about 5 blocks from lengthwise. Widthwise should be more than enough. Where will we put a door on said structure? I've got an idea. We will leave this as the actual door area. Try to designate that, and I will show you a recipe on how to make the proper door for this. It's actually involves using smooth stone, so it's nothing too complicated. It's nothing really over the top. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in, and I'll rejoin you guys in a bit. Alright, so as you can see, we actually have the building done. We have a small roof. The roof is actually 1 layer, so if there is an explosion, at least they'll blow the roof off and it'll go into the sky. The ground should be protected. The door we're going to build is actually going to be very well protected too. So if I had to say there would be a weakest link, it would probably be the ceiling and wherever we run the wire out from the actual reactor. So anyway, let us leave our little humble abode for right now. We'll go back over and get some equipment, roughly we'll get the smooth stone. I will show you the actual recipe for the door. Probably going to need to get some high voltage wire too, because dealing with nuclear reactors, it's not like solar panels or whatnot. It's a lot more to it. And since we'll be having a nuclear reactor, we're probably going to have to make a high voltage storage unit anyway. And high voltage storage unit means not 600,000 EU, but something like 2 or 3 million. somewhere along those lines. So yeah, it's going to be like crazy powerful. It's actually going to be powerful enough to power our terraformer. It was actually patched a while back ago. I think before the patch, powering one wasn't that bad, but somewhere along the lines it changed, and one of the patches made it to be where you really need to have some power behind it. So yeah, that's what we're going to have to go ahead and get, and we'll go from there. Well, actually, we're right here by the treehouse anyway, so we'll have to make one pit stop into the actual chest once we get to the chest. Here we go. Alright, let's dump off the dirt we don't need. Some extra marble brick. And where's that smooth stone? Here we go. 9 will be more than enough. So it'll be in the form of a simple door. If my mouse would stop acting funky, for some reason the clicks are kind of holding in. Okay, well that would have been the normal recipe if something hadn't have gone wrong. Well, whoopsie doodle again on me. Well, seems like I've kind of botched things. I'm going to need one more advanced alloy, and I'm going to show you. It's something called reinforced stone. And it's quite simple to make. Okay, first we'll have our 8 patterns. One advanced alloy in the middle, and there's our reinforced stone. Now I can show you. There we go. With the reinforced alloy, with our stone, we have 8 reinforced stone. Well, 9 reinforced stone, 8 reinforced stone. Turns it into the door. There's our reinforced door. And like a simple iron door, you just can't open it by right-clicking. You need a button or some sorts. So with that, we're going to need a couple more of these stone to make some buttons. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. 2 buttons. One for an in, one for an out, and then we're pretty good. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this door down. There we go. Looks simple enough. And like I said, this door can actually withstand a big explosion. So it's kind of like how the marble works. So it's pretty cool in that regard. There we go. Nice little button right there. Now can I put the button right here? Ooh, I like this. This is a lot better than the actual engine shed. Now, of course, if I can walk straight. There we go. Okay, so this should be good. It should be. I'm going to go ahead and place the nuclear reactor down. I think this may be the safest bet. You know what? I'm not even going to chance it. I'll just throw an extra layer on the outside, and we'll call it a day. Oh, sprung a leak up on the roof. Yeah, it may not be as symmetrical anymore, but you know what? I don't want to risk the chance. Okay, so we cleared that out. Still got to put plenty of light in here. Do not want to have any monsters spawning in here with the actual reactor chamber. That would go rather freaking badly, to say the least. Okay, now I'm going to have to climb up, and I don't have any of my stuff. Okay, well, this is ridiculous. Alright, well, guess what? We'll just do it this way. So anyway, while I'm finishing this up and trying to get everything fixed, I'm going to wrap this video up. So I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative or entertaining or a combination of both. So, once again, a brain fart at the end of the video. By the way, in case you haven't seen it, we do have a new ending now. Please leave a comment on anything you may have found about this video, helpful otherwise, or if you like how the new ending, intro, and outro are. So either way, comments down below, box, thingy, yeah, you know, simple enough. Give it a thumbs up if you like. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and if not, then just simply fake it. I will see you again next time for part 2 of our nuclear series. What in the world? Ooh. Get out of here, slap nuts. Jesus. Anybody else? Okay, not so much.